Hi everyone, it's Kathleen. I'm here today to continue working on my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Volume 6, which is inspiration from Edith Holden. I was asked in my comments which books I've used. I'm going to show you the books that I have used. I've had these forever, a long time. The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, and it's an older book because you can tell by the caramelized pages. So I would have been either gifted this book, or I would I have bought this? No, the ones I bought had that purple cover. So this is an older book. The edition, $1977, it says, is the book. So I like the colors that it has in here, and I just ripped out the pages. The way I calculated it, there's going to be 12. Oh, this one doesn't even have a stamp I can give you. Okay, and the next book is The Nature Notes of an Edwardian Lady. This one says Webb and Bauer, Michael Joseph. Oh, there is a barcode here. This one I got that at the antique store for $8.50, and this, oh, it has 15 L's. And let's see here, 1989 is when it was printed. So I've some of the images are out of here, so that's why I just picked, if there's 12 months, 4 seasons, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. So I had 3 pages I'm planning to use for each one. This is called Nature Notes of the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. Oh, thrift book, so obviously I got that at a thrift store. And Alan something Jen. Let's see, Alan Jenkins. And is there a barcode? I don't know if that means anything, but there you go. And this one was printed in, if I still have the pages, 1977. Okay, so those are the books that I used, and this is what I have done so far. I'm outside today. It's about 24 degrees in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada at the moment. That is a beautiful day. We are going up to 30, maybe 31. I paid good money to go to Mexico to get that temperature. I'm going to show you what I have done already, and let me fold this one up. Okay, let's fold this up. I had to hand stitch these together when, and I don't even know if this is in the right order. Oh, look at that, my needle fell out. Let's just put that away. Okay, that's not my first page, this is. Okay, can we see what this is? So what I am doing, I'm creating an accordion book, just like the Roxy girls are, but I'm using a Battenberg tablecloth, and I had stitched the tops together, so when I opened my book, I knew what to put where, what image. So it started with January in the Edith Holden book. So whichever month the girls are gonna start, that's where I'll start my stitching. This is my title page. It's only a start. My last video showed that I fussy cut these and I glued it on with soft gel medium. Soft gel medium dries soft. It doesn't dry hard, so I can stitch through it. Mod Podge or any other gel medium dries hard because it's liquid plastic, soft liquid plastic. At least I can stick a needle through. I'm going to go in this, maybe this, still in this video, just I'm going to show you how I start stitching that. So this is what I have stitched so far. This will be my cover page. I'll continue to work on it, hopefully on camera. And okay, okay, so most of my book will have just images and stitching. I really wanted to embroider this bunny rabbit and these, I think they're called snowdrops. So I put that here. I hand drew it. So from an image on Pinterest. I don't know who it is. I printed it off many, many years ago. But that's where I got my inspiration from. So I did, this is called the Cretan Stitch. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So I have, this is one long length if I opened it up. But you see how I folded it first because that's December. So how would you know to put December there? Well, you wouldn't. So that's why I folded it up and made my accordion book, just hand stitched at the top. I've unstitched it because stitching with paper is hard to reach with my, I have to hold it like this and stitch. So it's quite hard to hold. So when I made my accordion book, I stitched my tablecloth together loosely at the top. And as you see, here, let's just see what I've done so far. Love that bunny rabbit. And it's the Cretan Stitch all the way around. So this one here is my second middle bit. And again, I had to take out the top. I like the Battenberg edge, so I wanted to start with a Battenberg edge, top and side and bottom. And I wanted to end with a Battenberg edge, side and bottom. I wanted my Battenberg bits to be, I don't know if you can see it now, on the bottom. And then the middle part of that tablecloth, I just stuck in the middle. So, and you can see how I just, and I did use a pencil to make a straight line when I was folding it up. So this is what I've done. This is another image. I've done my Cretan Stitch all the way around. And the whole thing supposedly will open up because I will be stitching these together. But right now it'd be too hard with these paper pieces because look, yes, it folds this way and that way, but you have to be careful when you're stitching because yes, look, I can still maneuver it. It's glued with I call it liquid plastic because it's soft gel medium underneath the paper of Edith Holden books and then a very light coat of the soft gel medium on top. So I'm just going to be using the Cretan Stitch and the blanket stitch all the way around my images. Okay, how did I don't even know what my pages are going to be like. Maybe they went like this. No, they didn't. I don't know. See, I lost track of how I was going to do this. Oh dear. Maybe it's like that. Maybe it's like that. And like this, because I remember these two together. I haven't done this panel yet. You see how I've done the Cretan stitches all the way around there? This is the next panel when you turn the page. I have to do that. It takes quite a while. Fingers get sore from putting through paper. So I've done those two. Oh, this is where I left off. And I've poked holes through here. I'm going to show you on this last panel. Oh, where's my beautiful? Okay, on this last panel, oh here, I want to show you how to, well, either this one or that one I'll show you how to do right now. So these are how I put them on my panels. To see what order they go in, look at the previous video because I don't want to redo myself. Okay, I've done this panel. This is my first one, done. This is my second panel, it's done. I'm going to put those two away. This is my third panel, and I've taken it part at the top, but when you open it this way, it doesn't go this way. You'll see when you look at my previous video when I attached the colors. So this is a continuation of what I have to work on this morning. I want to start one. So if you plan to do this, you can see what I have done and modify it. Okay, so what do I want to show you first? And you see how this very few images extend over the page, but I plan to incorporate, I glued down from January to December in my handmade book, so I know which order the pages go in. And again, I want to refer you to my previous video for that. So this one, when I sliced it open at the top, I took out that hand stitching. Easier for me to work on. Okay, so let's see and you can't see how long this is. It just is really quite long. What do I want to do for you? I wanted to do one of these small ones. This has corners turning, so it's a more difficult one. It's easier to do it on a straight than it is on an angle. So this is the needle I stitch with. What is it? I don't know. I've had it forever. It's could be a chenille needle. It has a long eye. The eye and the shaft are not quite the same. This is just a hair bigger, but I do all my loop stitches on here anyway. So here we are. Hope you don't see my tummy in the way. And let's start. I am going to, let's just poke some holes. So a Cretan stitch. I'm going to start, and if my thread lays straight, and I'm going to use just my needle, so my thread, your thread lays straight from one point to the other. So let's just start here. And it goes here. And I'm just going to I will join it inside here. So I'm poking a hole. Am I in camera? Very little bit. Okay, so I'm in camera. I'm just poking. You always have holes wherever your paper turns. You see my needle straight. The straight touching the paper is here and here. So there. Maybe I can go here. I never want to go more than 1 centimeter or half an inch. Do I want to go straight here? This is more than half an inch, but yes, I can go there. So I'm just going to lay these for now, and then I'm going to show you. So I'm going to, I didn't even need that one in there because I'm going to go straight. Let's go out, in, out. The next one on the line, and then in. Okay, well, let's thread me up and let's start. And I'll show you how to do the Cretan stitch, how I'm doing the Cretan stitch. So this is Organza Pearl Cotton, size 8, which is an average size. It's Easy 1, and it's by Wonderful Threads, and it's a Spargo cotton thread. So I'm going to take 1 length of my wool mat, 2 lengths of my wool mat. Put this to the side, and the Spargo, in the few videos that she does have out, I think, says that when you cut here, that's the one that you put in the needle. Because even thread has a nap, apparently. Okay, let's put that out. Let's make a knot. When I work in wool, I don't knot, I just anchor my stitch, but this is cotton, so I'm going to, and I can't hide my ends in cotton, so I do a knot. I do a double knot. So a Cretan stitch is, it's almost like a buttonhole stitch, then opposite, right, left, you'll see. Put my scissors away. It's hot, my hands are all sweaty, which is not a good thing when you're working with paper. So I start on, you can see there's dots right on the edge. So I start on that. So if I were to put more dots, there would be dots all the way around the edge, like this one here. You see there's dots all the way around. Okay, so let's start. So I'm going to come in, and there shouldn't, I hear that there is Mod Podge. I said a wrong thing. It's not Mod Podge, it's soft gel medium on here. I prefer to stitch on just fabric, not a coated fabric, because it's hard to pull out through the fingers. So I'm going to come out. Am I on camera? I can't even see. Okay, here I am. I'm coming out along on the edge, and I'm going to lay my thread along the edge of the paper, and I'm just going to pull it back a little bit, because if I can, I'm a scooper. I like to go in and come out. So this is like a buttonhole stitch, and it's quite hard on the fingers, so you pull. So when I'm doing my 2 stitches on the fabric, I scoop. When I go through, like right now, I lay the thread along the paper, but I'm just moving it out of the way. You go, okay, I'm going to call this, the edge of the paper. You go off the edge of the paper. So your needle will be going in here and out on the edge of the paper. But I have to do a stab stitch because it's paper and it'll tear if I do a scoop. So I go bottom, I go down, and it's hard to feel on the plastic coated bit because it does go through, well, it doesn't look like it, but it's quite firm. Soft but firm. Okay, so I pull, it's straight, and it's like a buttonhole stitch. One on the left, one on the right. One on the right, one on the left, one on the right. So here I like to scoop, and you see my thread is underneath. That's the Cretan stitch. And I bring this along here, and I stab stitch when I'm going into paper. And I come up like that. Okay, so the next one, I lay my thread straight to see how long my line can be. And I like better if I can actually do a whole bunch. So let's just do a line of holes on the outside, and on the corner, if I can do a point, but it's kind of like a rounded, so here I have to do 2. And I'm going to put, my next video will show how I'm going to be adding threads. Okay, and here's rounded, so there, and this is too long, so I'm going to go in between there. That might be good. When I'm in a valley, a bottom of a V, I go on the paper. On the paper, see how it goes inward to the paper, so that's where I'm going to put an in. And one of these 2 dots, maybe both of them, it's hard to say, will go in there. Okay, so let's go and out, and out, and out. Oh, I might have, oh well, I'm not sure if I did a right thing or a wrong thing. We'll see in a minute. Ouch. Sometimes you have to go outside that circle. So let's continue. So if I went on the paper, now it's going to be outside. Like that. Stretch the thread on the outside, and if I can give a scoop. On thread it's easy, but when it's coated with that soft gel medium. You see how hard that was? Don't have a towel to wipe my hands. So hot. Okay, there we are. There we are. Extend the thread, and this one I'm going on the outside as well. And you see how I'm always holding with that and my finger underneath. I'm squeezing that down to keep it tight. So this is a light beige, because the backgrounds are, I'm going to say, ivories, light beige. They're not white. They're a little bit on the colored side. Okay, this one's also an outside. And if you do one and the thread, if you do a stitch, a Cretan stitch, and it kind of goes inward, you can always unpick it, your thread, and do it the other way. Like this. If I were to go this way, it'll be the wrong way, because when I pull it, this little bit of thread will go downwards and like that, and I don't want that. I want it to be as close to the edge as possible. So I'm going to go on the outside, tight, down, scoop, and pull. I drag it across, and it's another outside. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show you, is how to do that Cretan stitch. I'll do 2 more stitches. Okay, on the outside, I turn my needle the other way, and I can't scoop when I'm sewing into paper. I stab stitch. Okay, so you see how that's wonky? So we have to fix this stitch first. So let's fix it. Hold with my thumb and my finger underneath there. And I'm going to pull the next one so it's straight, and pull the next one so it's straight. So if I know I'm going to go here next, so I'm going to hold that down, and I'm going to do a little scoop. On just fabric, it would be a lot smoother and a lot easier, but because I am stitching through paper, it is harder to squeeze through, and it's harder to pull through, but I don't want to draw everything, so that's why I'm using Edith Holden's. Okay, it's going to go down a little bit. I'll see that point a little bit of paper, but oh well, I have to live with it. And that might be it for today's video. There we are. I'll do one more. I'm going to carry that all the way down to the bottom, go through the paper, up, and pull. Okay, and then I'm going to continue all the way around. So I'm going to work on that. My next video I'll come back with, and I'll just, so all of my images will have the Cretan stitch all the way around in this beige color. Then I'm going to come, the next video I do, I've pulled this out. I'm going to be outside all day, sitting down in my chair outside. So I've picked some threads that I'm going to, do I want to do the Cretan stitch again? I don't know if I want to stab into the paper anymore. I don't think so. So if it's only on one side, if you only do the stitch on one side, it's the blanket stitch. If you do it on both sides, like that, it's a Cretan stitch. So I've done it with this. I'm going to add various colors. So I'm going to start with the darker ones first, all the way around, and then add lighter. This is a DMC. It says Lane. That must be wool. Lane tapestry, made in France, Paris. Michaels was carrying these. A pole scheme. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to be, in our next video, I'm going to see, I'm not sure If I just want to have it on the out, I don't know if I just want to have like stab stitches, like this, like this, like this, like this, or whether I want to have a line and it going down like a blanket stitch. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I'm incorporating this and this. They're two different kinds of wools on the edges of every single image I do. So there's going to be a lot of stitching. This is, thank you, Lisa. This is, my mind is bad. Wool, I want to say cashmere, but there's a different word for it. But look at, it'll be beautiful. I think I'll just have like satin stitches going across all the way for the edges. I don't know if you can even see what I was doing, but I have wool. I showed you this wool, tapestry wool. I have pearl cotton, different shades of ivories and creams. And I have this. I just hauled out my neutrals. So there's different weights, size 5s. This must be a size 3. The smaller the number, the thicker the pearl cotton. You see there's still beiges and ivories. And here's a wheat color I like, and some more ivory. So next video we'll have this. I wanted to show you how I do my Cretan stitch all the way around, and I want to do this thread around every single image that I'm using. Then I'm going to pick up this dark one and figure out if I just want to have, you'll see next video. Thank you everyone for watching, and bye for now.